Well, I've been following the Gabriel Hall case pretty closely the past few days now, ever since his legal team had posted that they plan to take their case to the Supreme Court. It's an interesting situation as they claim a Comedy Central skit placed him on death row. It all started with a tweet that began gaining momentum. Millions of views and thousands of likes. A Texas jail volunteered to let Comedy Central comedian Jeff Ross roast its inmates. It started. Texas then used the footage to sentence my client, Gabriel Hall, to death. It ended. Hall, a College Station man convicted of stabbing and shooting a 68-year-old Texas A&M professor to death. Hall sits in the Brazos County Jail, but one day in 2015, his and many other inmates' day was like any other.
Under what circumstances the government can permit other people to come in and ask you about your crime?
Jeff Ross, the comedian, came in to humor the inmates in maximum security, even inviting them on stage with him so he can ask questions and joke.
That does raise a serious Sixth Amendment concern because he didn't have counsel present when he was being questioned by the comedian.
The video surfacing in court, ultimately playing a part in Hall's death sentence after jurors said he seemed unremorseful in the episode. Now, part of that episode was posted on Comedy Central's YouTube channel. You can see that I posted the working link here just yesterday. However, ever since Mackenzie Edwards' original tweet came out and more eyes began following this case, that link no longer works and that video is no longer available. Getting turned away from the Texas Court of Criminal Appeals, Hall's lawyers say they want to take this to the highest court simply because counsel wasn't present during the filming.
Death is different. So a death penalty appeal is much more likely to be heard by the Supreme Court than if that same prisoner had received life without parole.
It's important to note here that I reached out via email to each person representing Hall, including Mackenzie Edwards. I also called and emailed the Brazos County Sheriff's Office for further questioning. They say they have no new information. I even called Wayne Dickey, who was sheriff at the time, and he says he has no comment on the case. We will continue to update you on this case as well when more information becomes available. There are two concerns, Professor Dixon says, with trying to get this specific case up to D.C. If they'll hear it at all, he says, because Hall is on death row, he has a better chance, but nothing is a given. And Hall's team will need 4 out of the 9 votes to hear it. He believes there just aren't enough justices that will grant that because currently there are 6 conservative justices sitting on the bench.